What's the most important thing in the world to you? What do you treasure more than anything else? What makes your heart beat? What makes you get up in the morning? What makes you live? How do you feel about life? What is it that you want to achieve? What is it that you want to accomplish? What's the one thing that matters most to you? Besides your children, besides your husband, besides your wife, what is the one thing that you really want to accomplish in this life? If money was not an issue, if a lack of time was not an issue, what is it that you want to do? What is the one thing that stands out more than anything else? Think about that for a second. Don't answer quickly, just think about that for a second. Most people say, you know what, I want to have $1 million. I want to be a millionaire. Most people, first thing on the top of their head is, I want a lot of money. And that's great. But what will you do with that money? How will you maintain that money? Do you have a money mindset? Do you have money discipline? Or will you get that money and within a very short period of time be broke again, be back to square one? You have to condition your mind, condition your body for whatever it is you want out there. You have to condition your mind for it. You have to have the right mindset. Whether it's wealth, whether it's a perfect relationship, whether it's a great health and fitness, you have to condition your mind for that. You have to train yourself like an athlete. Athletes are very disciplined. They're very determined. They visualize their success before it actually materializes it. They visualize and they're very consistent. So to maintain anything, achieve any goal, any desire you want, you have to have the right mindset. You have to get your mind right. You have to discipline yourself. No matter what happens and comes your way, you have to be very, very disciplined, very, very determined. It's going to take discipline and consistency to achieve and ascertain whatever it is you want to achieve in life. So if money wasn't an issue or lack of time was an issue, what is it that you want the most? What are you willing to sacrifice? What are you willing to pay to make that a reality? What does that for you? And realize this, understand that money is not an issue. Time is not an issue. When you have the right mindset, the right focus, and you see yourself as a prosperity individual, that prosperity is everywhere you turn, no matter what it takes, when you set a goal to accomplish a certain thing, and you discipline yourself to be consistent with that and set a time frame, everything's possible. Do you realize that money is not an issue? Time is not an issue. The only issue is that you become a determined person with a focused goal, with focused intent, with focused energy, who's willing to pay the price to achieve that that vision which they hold for themselves and keep that vision in front of you every single day and just passionately go after it. That's what separates the 1% from the 99% of the population that are working a 9 to 5, living mediocre lives. And that 1% is outrageously wealthy because they have goals, set those goals before them, and they had desire, a burning desire deep down inside their hearts that drove them, and they encouraged themselves. They talked to themselves. They talked to their inner man, encouraged themselves, and that was the fuel and the fire. That was the fuel that helped fuel their passions and helped drive them closer and even faster towards that goal. They saw themselves living the dream that they already had inside their mind. They lived the dream every single day. That was their reality. The reality is not where their zip code was. The reality was the visualization they had in their minds. That's where they lived, day in and day out, until it became a reality. They felt it in their spirit and started to materialize it. Once they started to visualize it in their head, it was already theirs. They owned it. No one else had that. That was their new location. That was their new reality. And the more they focused on that, the more it became real. The more they focused on that, the more it made sense. Until in actuality it materialized, and that which they focused on more than anything else, they now brought into existence. The power of creation, the power of creativity, just like God. In the image of God, God created man. We have the power to visualize and create whatever it is that we imagine. Whatever it is that we desire, we have the power to create and bring it into existence. And the person who masters that and realizes that and puts and believes in that and puts that to the test and sticks to it and steadfast holds on to that, those are the ones who create their futures, create magnificent lives and lifestyles for themselves. That's what separates the wealthy from the poor. What is that you really, really want? What are you willing to pay the price for? Are you willing to focus and visualize and make your life on purpose, design it, and not live it haplessly day in, day out by default? Think about it. Keep it moving.